This is Gary with Cruising Scene with Travel in Between, and Helping Hands for Cruising is having a cruise-a-thon right this weekend. So I wrote this song to help raise money for people that either financially or physically can't afford or physically get on a cruise ship themselves. So this is something that I wrote, and I hope you all enjoy it. Just having fun, laying on the beach. We're getting some sun, living the cruising scene. Gotta say it feels good, 'cause we're living our dream. Gotta raise some money, this cruise-a-thon. Get somebody to come along on a trip they'll always remember their whole life long. Helping hands for cruising is what I'm singing about, and finding somebody that's never been out. On a plane, on a boat, on a beach, somewhere down south. Yeah, we can make it happen, just donate now. So click that button, then figure it out. 5, 10, or 20 or more, please come on now. And we're all having fun, laying on the beach. We're getting some sun, living the cruising scene. Gotta say it feels good, 'cause we're living our dream. Gotta say it feels good, 'cause we're living our dream. Hey guys, please donate now. Thank you for watching.
Well, thank you. What a welcome. G'day, Gary. Thank you so much for your intro. Folks, that was a recording that Gary had done for our last cruise-a-thon. We're looking at setting up another one in the near future. I'll get into that info a little bit later on. So welcome aboard. Today is Melbourne Cup Day. It's Tuesday, the 7th of November 2023, and the first Tuesday of November is Melbourne Cup. It's a public holiday down under, and it is the horse race that stops the nation. Melbourne gets a public holiday for it, but the rest of the country, they take their break round about 2:45 when the race gets run. So don't ask me, I win every year. I don't take a bet. I don't even look at the form guide. I have no idea what horse is what. I don't even know which is the front end of a horse and which is the back end. I suppose if I walk underneath, I'll find out. Anyway, you'll see there at the top of the picture behind me is a place there that's called Flemington Racecourse, and that's where the Melbourne Cup gets held. And yep, it is on the major races. I think it's it's one of the big it's almost like the tennis, where it's one of the big races around the world that a horse needs to win or whatever. Now, if we have a look, directly behind me is the Carnival Splendor that docked in Melbourne today, ready to pick up some vacationers. And yes, the Carnival Splendor sailed out this evening. So, Carnival are back. We're cruising out of Station Pier. which is where the Melbourne Cruise Terminal is. Also in Sydney today was the Magic Princess, or the the Magic Princess, and that was in today at the Overseas Passenger Terminal, the Majestic, I beg your pardon, and the Majestic sailed out of Sydney this evening, and I think we've got the Coral coming in tomorrow. So there's cruising is back. We didn't have any ships go in or out of Brisbane today, but tomorrow, I believe, or the day after, Brisbane will see the Carnival Luminosa, I believe. It was a quick one, in and out, a 3-dayer, I believe. Anyway, that's cruising around Australia right now for the for Melbourne Cup Day here in Melbourne, Victoria. Okay, and you'll see that I've got all the bits and pieces above. I've got helping hands. Excuse me. We've got helping hands with the QR code for USD, and we've got the ducks, the down under cruises, with the QR code for AUD. Folks, go ahead, give. We want to get more people on board cruise ships. And right now, our next cruise that we've got a recipient on, we've got Roxanne on the Amethyst Haze group cruise. So Amy's Carnival Breeze sailing out of Galveston, and I believe that's going to be doing Cozumel and Prosecco. That's leaving on the 21st of October 2024. Why is that cruise so exciting? Because it'll be 2 years almost. That ship will be sailing out of Galveston 2 days before the Carnival Horizon sailed back into Miami, and it'll be 2 years since that, if you can handle that. So it's rather an auspicious cruise. I know that we'll have Michael Ann on board. We'll have Shaz and Gaz. You heard Gaz playing, so Shaz and Gaz will be on board. And yeah, it'll be an amazing cruise. They'll be taking Roxanne and her roommate. I'm not sure who her roommate is, but anyway, that's what's going to be happening on the Amethyst Haze group cruise. But more information for you guys. There were a couple of cruises that went out and came back. One of them was the original Booze cruise, and that came back on Sunday. Guys are making their way home, and I believe it was a great cruise. The non-group cruise, well, guys are still talking about it. So there was a phenomenal amount of people on board, and there's some fantastic content coming out of that cruise right at this minute. Okay, so on the weekend, on Saturday, it was 11 p.m. Melbourne time, which was 7 a.m. No, this week was 8 a.m. Next month it'll be 7 a.m. 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Helping Hands for Cruising Board met. A number of things were discussed. One of the things that we discussed was what Gary was singing about, our cruiseathon. Now, excuse me, we are looking for people who are willing to participate in the Helping Hands for Cruising cruiseathon. We want to raise our target amount of $10,000 so that we can get 3 people on board a cruise ship. So, and we've got 3 cruises to feed people into. So, we are hoping that we can get some people to come and join us, do our cruiseathon, and that cruiseathon will be on, we haven't got an exact date, but we're talking about February is when we'll be doing that cruiseathon. It gives us enough time to plan, get things organized, and we look forward to having as much assistance as possible. Unfortunately, we're getting in too close to Christmas. So we want you guys to be spending your hard-earned cash on your family members for Christmas. Not the cruiseathon, unless you're like-minded. In which case, people like myself, Ilana, we rather than give each other presents, we rather donate into the HH4C coffers. Just makes life that little bit easier. Couple of other things, we're still waiting on a result for the Rock and Roll Group cruise. We know that's going to be happening fairly soon, as in 2021. We're just unsure which ship it's going to be on. But anyway, folks, I'm looking forward to a great time. There's some exciting bands, there's some exciting things that are going on. A lot of people will be on board. We want to fill as many cabins as we possibly can, and that will start to make things a lot more exciting for Helping Hands for Cruising. We've also, as part of the board, we're also looking for other avenues to go and raise some funds. So if anybody out there has any connections with either the cruise lines or a corporate or entity that we can communicate with the hope of getting them to either donate something, whether it be a cabin or something we can auction off, or a service of some sort that will allow us to get people on board. We can it'll give us an opportunity to raise money so we can get some cruisers on board. We would be eternally grateful. And we're going to be doing some other things like have more interviews coming up on the HH4C YouTube channel, as well as doing some upgrades to the website. There are some gifts, not gifts, merchandise, which not only will you be able to get down under, but you'll also be able to get those across the pond in the US. And the reason for that is shipping stuff across the pond is incredibly expensive. So we're looking at ways that we can actually get things happening, enjoying people coming across, enjoying doing things, and let's have some fun. The more the merrier, folks. The more the merrier. Let's get as many people on board cruise ship as possible. At the end of the day, that's what we're all about. People who are either disabled or the carer of somebody who's disabled, or life has just given them a real raw deal and they really, really, really deserve a break. So let's give them that opportunity for the break. So, come on board. We're looking at some other ideas which will be discussed with you folks a little bit later on. And we just need to work out the nitty-gritties of how we put those together. But it will give the board an opportunity to pick and choose the cruises they can be on, and we can get the assistance of everybody else out there, as well as putting some coffers there's some money into the coffers that'll make life a little bit easier. But that we'll be discussing that with you guys a little bit later on as we go through. Hey. Oh, g'day Roxanne, welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. Couldn't sleep, so you thought you'd pop in and say hi. Your hernia surgery is giving you trouble tonight. That's no good. Hopefully, Roxy, you get better really quickly. We're thrilled that you had the op and it all went well, but not nice that you're in pain. So hopefully you'll be able to get yourself all sorted for your cruise. You're looking forward to it? I believe I've been hearing from a couple of people to say that you're a little bit on the excited side. So hopefully you are. And I believe you are going to have an absolute ball. Because I know some of the other people that are going with you, and man, are you going to have a good time. Yeah, it's true. You are. Whether you like it or not, you're going to have a good time. So there will be opportunity for input from people as the organisation grows, and I'm actually quite thrilled that we've got 4 recipients to date. We're a brand new charity, and look at that, it is awesome. Roxanne is saying, "Oh yes, wish it was today." Hey Roxy, I wish it was too, but and we need to get certain things in place so that you can actually cruise. So and that takes time, money, and energy. So there you go. Well done. You're a lucky lady. And if your cruise is anything like the one that James and Cindy Catanese had, or Scott and Amber had, or Kenny had, you're going to be in for an amazing time. I promise. You're going to be visiting places you may or may not have ever seen in your life. You're going to be eating foods you've never even tried. You're going to be, what can I say? You're going to be watching shows. You're going to be laughing so much so that you will find it hard to catch a breath every now and then. You'll be just having so much fun. And that's the good news about going on a cruise. And we just wish that that you have the utmost fun. I mean, look at Kenny. As far as I'm aware, he's on a cruise in about 3 or 4 days. And he was our initial, and we're not paying for this cruise. We paid for his first one, but we're not paying for this one. So that's awesome. So, Melbourne Cup Day, huh? What does that mean? Melbourne Cup? Well, it's a horse race where all the horses come into Flemington Racecourse, which is the one above my head, and they run around the field. They do a mile, I believe, and the first horse to get around the mile is obviously the winner. Now on Thursday they have Ladies' Day, and on Ladies' Day that's where they get all the fillies up, all the young fillies up, and I think the horse has got to be up to 3 years old, and they get them all up and around the racetrack. It's not a public holiday, but a number of people do take an extremely long weekend. I just want to say that. Tomorrow will be, you'll find that Melbourne will be, okay, what happened was Monday was dead because a lot of the construction sites will take a rostered day off. So they'll have a long weekend, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Some sites will be back to work full tilt on Wednesday. Other businesses will take off Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday because, you know what, nobody wants to work the day before a weekend. So that's what they'll do, and Melbourne will be relatively quiet this week. Coming to next week, man, the whatchamacallit hits the fan and things get back to normal. So we're in for some exciting times now. People coming in, cruising is happening, ships are about. Hey, I don't know if you were with us on Friday night or Saturday Melbourne time, but Ilana and I were busy talking about, we wanted to go on the Resilient Lady. The Resilient Lady is the new Virgin cruise ship that's home porting here in Melbourne. And the Resilient Lady is doing a 3-day cruise from Melbourne round Tasmania, which is just a short skip and a jump, and then back to Melbourne again. Cost for that ship, $1,000 per person for 3 nights. Excuse me? We're going on a 15-night cruise. We're spending maybe another $2,000 on top of that. But that $1,000 is expensive. However, they also had for $100. You could have a meal and a show on the cruise ship while it was in port. So Ilana and I just heard about it. She goes, let me go and, I said, go and get it, go and get it. So she jumped onto the website. What do you know? Sydney, fully booked. Melbourne, fully booked. So we missed out in 2 ways. Tell you what, we were devastated because we would have loved to have seen what the Virgin cruise ships look like. However, we'll be down the port, we'll be videoing, and we will bring those videos back for you guys to have a look at. It's going to be fun, you know. It's a different atmosphere. We've got the Resilient lady home porting in Melbourne. We just had Disney Wonder in Melbourne. That was nice. We've got the Grand Princess coming to Melbourne today. We had the Carnival Splendor. In a couple of days we'll have the Coral Princess coming in. So there's a lot of ships that are coming in. The Disney Wonder will be down in Melbourne as well. So there's a lot of opportunity, a lot of ships coming in. And we're really going to have a lot of fun just having a look-see. So what can I say, folks? You need to come and enjoy the time here and just see what young Roxanne is going to be enjoying. Anyway, I started off with Gary's show, Gary's song. Let me just bring up our Helping Hands for Cruising theme and let you guys have a listen to FatMat Adventures.
Have you ever dreamt about taking a cruise on one of them fancy boats, soaking up the beauty and the magic just to free your soul? It's floating on the ocean, just a notion that seems out of reach. One thing on your bucket list is just to go and see the beach. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but Helping Hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, making your dream a reality.
You know you gotta do the things you've only dreamed about. Don't let anything stop you thinking you can't go all out. You can do the things you never thought were possible with Helping Hands to help you get there. Even oceans are no obstacle. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but Helping Hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, making your dreams a reality.
So if you ever dreamed about taking a cruise in one of them big old boats, soaking up that sun, feel that breeze, yeah, there is still hope. Don't let the ocean be a notion that is out of reach. Let's get together, help each other, and go see the sea. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You've got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but Helping Hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, making your dream a reality. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, making your dream a reality.
We are eternally grateful to FatMat and his lovely wife for putting that song together, and you know what? It certainly made a huge difference. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely deserve it. There we go, folks. Really glad that they found the time, the opportunity, and put that song together for us, because you know what? It certainly means a lot, and it made a huge difference. Roxanne, quick question for you. Do you have any questions of us about your cruise that you'd like to have answered? Be nice if you did have, then we could see if we can answer them right here and now. Now, give you folks an idea of some of the things that has transpired out of Kenny's cruise. Kenny had, as you all know, he went on the inaugural Helping Hands for Cruising Group Cruise. He also had a project done for him, which was the Kenny's Kingsport project. And that was an opportunity to try and sort out Kenny's place in Kingsport, Tennessee, which unfortunately was not salvageable. So other arrangements had to be made. And that resulted in Pa being put under certain care, and Kenny being taken in by Scott and Amber, which was absolutely amazing. Now, from what we understand, Pa's doing famously in the facility. Pa's actually being, well, small world, Amber actually works at that facility that Pa is in. So Pa's in good hands. He's growing from strength to strength, and Kenny's actually coming out of his shell, that young man. I mean, who'd ever thunk that Kenny would be going on a cruise by his lonesome? I mean, seriously. There he is, going on this cruise by his lonesome. We're all amazed. Young Kenny has done amazing things, and, well, there's only one thing more for him to do, and that is have a great time. Grow with it, have a great time, and you watch, he'll be hooked so much that every 4 years, Kenny's booking himself on a new cruise. A bigger and a better one. A further one and a nicer one. And that's what this thing does. That's what cruising does to everybody. It makes you have the time of your life. And let's put things into perspective. Just think about this for a minute. If you were going to go to some of those places that we're going to, and you weren't using a cruise ship, let's say you were going to fly there, you'd have to pay for the airfare, you'd have to pay for accommodation, you'd have to pay for food, you'd have to pay for your entertainment if you were going to get any. Any excursions you might make would be extra. Then you've got to pay for your flight back. And it all adds up. For the cost of a cruise, you're getting everything involved. You're getting from the home port out to each one of the ports, you're getting the transport. You've got a cabin which when you walk into, you unpack your bags, you put everything in the cupboard, you put your bag underneath your bed, and there you go, you are home for the week, for the 3 days, the week, the 2 weeks, whatever the length of the cruise is. Then you've got time to go down to your various food places. Now don't forget, you need to do your muster drill. You must go and get your muster drill done. So you do that on the first day, and then you go and get your food, and all your food's included. There are some restaurants that will cost extra. Having said that, you can go on board the cruise ship and not pay an extra cent, which is exciting because that means you can go to the buffet, you can go to the main dining room, all those places, get some nice food. Food is I'll tell you what, there's a lot of food that you get on board ship that I would not get at home. I know for a fact Ilana does not like cooking a lot of things that we get on board the ship. She likes to eat them, but she, like me, she works hard, she's tired, and the last thing she wants to do is cook. So, and I can't say I go to work. So the good news about that is on the cruise ship, you just go, get up in the morning whenever you feel like it. You know, and here's the thing: if you are lucky enough to have a balcony on your ship, you know, as part of your cabin, that's awesome. All you need to do is just go into the, just go out onto the balcony, watch the world go by. You can even have breakfast there in the morning, if you so desired. If you were in an inside cabin or a ocean view cabin, all you need to do, go up on deck, go out onto the promenade, or go up on the top decks, and you can just sit down with a book, maybe a meal. Even if you went into the buffet, and you just sat at a table near the window, you got your food, you sat down at a table near the window, and just watched the world go by. It's awesome. You know, some of the best things that we've ever done is just have breakfast on the balcony, watch the world go by. As we sailed into ports in New Zealand, that was on our first cruise. We do that on every cruise. We treat ourselves to a couple of excursions, a couple of important things. The first thing we treat ourselves to is a night in the steakhouse restaurant. The next thing we treat ourselves to is a breakfast on the balcony, and it's nice. We do that. We can do that just as we're going into port, because you can just see the world go by. You can watch how the ship works and enjoy a cup of coffee or your steak and eggs or whatever it is you're going to have for breakfast. Roxy is saying that she thinks she's good on the questions. Let's have a look what she's saying. She thinks she's good on the questions. Amy, and all the ones that are going, we've been talking, looks like it's going to be a great time. I just hope I don't over or underpack. You know what? If you wore the same outfit twice, nobody would make a comment. I mean that sincerely. If you wore the same outfit 4 times, nobody would make a comment. At the end of the day, all you need is one nice outfit and a pair of jeans or a bit of runaround stuff and pair of budgie smugglers. No, a pair of bathers if you're going to put yourself into the water. And there you go. You don't need much else. Pack for these cruises, and they pack everything they've got. And to be quite honest, you don't need everything. You don't need to empty your your closet and put it into your suitcase. You just need a couple things. And you know what? Even if you have to wash a couple of them while you're on board the cruise, big deal. Just not much. Now, Amy might agree with me. Ilana wouldn't, because Ilana lets me carry a Ziploc bag. That's it, and she's got 4 suitcases. So, you know, I mean, that's the way things work in our place. But you know, at the end of the day, I'm living off the Ziploc bag. No big deal. I've got no problem with it. Because they get sick and tired of seeing me in my budgie smugglers. Yeah, budgie smugglers is a pair of bathers, a bathing costume. Okay, so more about the board. We're hoping that everything is settled, everybody is healthy, everybody is doing well. Those that have come back from their cruises and they are, some of them, I believe, have got the dreaded Voldemort disease. You know, the one that starts with C and ends in D. They've got that one. And I hope that they recover fairly quickly from it without anything hanging on. Those that have had a ball and are back at work, GCU, back at work real quick. But, you know, it is what it is. You've got to pay for the next one. So there we go. And that's the way we feel. But the key thing is taking other people from us, and that's the thing. So we're actually looking at the cruiseathon happening around about February, as I said before. Haven't got a specific date. We need to discuss that a bit more with the board. But there are some exciting things that we're going to be talking about as well. With that, and more things will be released as time goes by. We've got a hold of, for those of you that are this side of the pond, we've got a hold of a supply of merch from this side of the pond. And folks, it's exciting because we don't have to pay all the same prices, all the extra prices that we get from the US and have to get it all shipped here. So we can get it shipped from Oz out. So there we go, some nice things. Ilana and I are getting some nice coffee mugs coming along fairly shortly. We hope we get them this week. Oh, so looking forward to it. you will get to see. We've got to update the website to have the new board members on there. We're just expecting some photos from the current board members that we haven't got, so that we can get them into the website, and then we'll start giving you some more basic info from the board members. So yeah, enjoy, folks. It's, you know what, it's a short one today, but I thought I would give you a little bit of info, get you going, and hopefully we shall catch up with you guys a little later. Tomorrow the Down Under Cruisers will be doing their live stream at 8 p.m. Melbourne time, and they'll be talking a bit about cruising around Oz, as well as the Melbourne Cup as well. So that will be awesome. And then Friday night is back to the norm, back to normal stuff. All right, so Roxanne says, yeah, she's taking the cruise in the memory of her husband. He worked for the airlines for 37 years, Lion and an airline and an airplane. He got sick being on a small boat. He got sick, so he said, you're wanting to go on a cruise, have fun. And you know what? I think that you are going to go on this cruise with the memory of hubby, and I'll tell you what, that's going to make it. It's not going to be like you've got the real person there, but with the people that you are around, you will have the most utmost fun, because they will not replace him. They will not. But the experience will be shared, and you should be aware that even though he's up there, his experience, your experience with him on board that cruise ship, he will be with you every minute of the way, helping you, enjoying time with you, and your thoughts. He'll be there in your thoughts with your prayers, and we'll all be praying and looking after you. You can bet your bottom dollar that you will not be alone. I can tell you now, unless you want to be, unless you want the time. In which case, we shall respect that wish and give you that time. But otherwise, yeah, you're just going to be having a ball. Anyway, folks, we'll call it quits tonight. Roxanne, thanks for popping in. For those of you that are going to be watching this on the replay, folks, thank you for popping in. Again, the Down Under Cruises will be on tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Melbourne time, which is, I think, Sparrow Fight your time. And then on Friday night, Eastern Standard Time, in the US, we will have the Ducks doing their stuff, the Down Under Cruises. It'll be myself and the beautiful Ilana, and we will be having our normal show, so we'll look forward to seeing you. That will equate to 2 p.m. for anybody who is on our side of the pond, because we've gone into daylight saving, and the US this last weekend went out of daylight saving, so there's 2 hours gone. Anyway, folks, have an awesome day. We shall catch you all later. Hope you have fun, and take care. Thanks for popping in, and we shall take you on board the next time we catch up. Have fun.
Have you ever dreamt about taking a cruise on one of them fancy boats, soaking up the beauty and the magic just to free your soul? It's floating on the ocean, just a notion that seems out of reach. One thing on your bucket list is just to go and see the beach. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but helping hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising. Making your dream a reality.
You know you gotta do the things you've only dreamed about. Don't let anything stop you thinking you can't go all out. You can do the things things you never thought were possible, with helping hands to help you get there. Even oceans are no obstacle. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but helping hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping hands for cruising, helping hands for cruising, helping hands for cruising, making your dreams a reality.
So if you ever dreamed about taking a cruise in one of them big old boats, soaking up that sun, feel that breeze, yeah, there is still hope. Don't let the ocean be a notion that is out of reach. Let's get together, help each other, and go see the sea. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You've got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but helping hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping hands